Good morning, guys. Happy freaking Monday, the 9th of March. How is it March already? This is me back with our Monday mindset chat. A quick 5 minutes video to hopefully set you all up for a good week ahead. Now, I just done this morning, it's 9:30 now, but I done early session this morning, upper and cardio, and it was honestly vibes. I loved it. Anyway, today's talk is going to be about like your mental health, prioritizing it, making the time like your life depends on it, because it absolutely does, right? And I'm going to obviously talk about at the weekend, like I was really filled with a lot of anxiety. It's been a lot the last 2 weeks, and sometimes you don't really know what to do. Obviously this situation right now, but also, life just happening in the background, right? And I think it's really important to always be relatable, and I did put a story on my Instagram, like I will always be real, I'll always be relatable, especially with my clients. Like sometimes you just can't do it all. So like over the last week I was trying to do, working, trying to keep Leo okay and keep him safe and keep him healthy, whilst doing all my other things, whilst doing things for me, showing up for myself, and also on top of that, I was to home learn him, which was fine. It was covering things that he's done at school anyway, but it was just too much. I didn't know how to fit it into my day because that's not something I'm used to. So I removed that pressure and I just didn't do it. I done it the first 2 days and then I was just like, do you know what? Like this is only causing me stress and anxiety, and it's so unneeded. Anyway, sometimes what I just think we all forget is we all try and tick every single box and we put tons of pressure on ourselves. But what I want to always reiterate is that sometimes life just does get in the way, and that is okay. Sometimes we can't manage to do everything, and sometimes we have to put other things to the front and foremost. Like there's other things that are most important in life. Sometimes you just have to rejig things about and you have to list things in, right? Okay, what is most important to me right now? And that's when you just can't put so much pressure on yourself if not everything can be done. Like it is okay, right? Mango. But the other thing I want to point out is obviously at the weekend I had explained how on my Instagram story that I had a lot of anxiety, right? And I just had this gut wrenching feeling. But for me, these things are going to happen. You wouldn't be human if you didn't feel these feels, and it's something I also feel myself. I go through these feelings. Not every day I wake up and be motivated, not every day I want to show up, but I have been through so many hard times in the past that I now learn to cope in better ways. And I know that, if I move my body, it doesn't need to be a gym session. Like yesterday I went out a big walk in the morning, nice and early, and I felt so much better off the back of that. Even like cooking meals, that's like therapy to me. So doing these wee things, or even like making my bed, I feel more fresher in the brain. Sorry, like I just had to pause there because Franny's in a meeting and Leo is trying to interfere with the call. Honest to God, can I do everything, guys? But yeah, what I always just want to reiterate is that, you're going to go through these feelings. We're not always going to wake up and, be feeling amazing, but you have to understand what is going to feel good for you, what is needed in those times. So it doesn't always need to be a gym session. Sometimes it can just be fresh air. On Saturday night, I actually booked me and Franny a massage that came to our home, and I'm going to tell you a funny story about it because we're going to start the week on fun vibes, right? So we had a massage, it was so good. Leo was in his room, we could hear him laughing, so that was fine. And then next minute the woman sat me up on the bed, and also Franny was sat up, right? Tits hanging out, belly hanging out, everything was hanging out. And that was the point. Now the woman I was doing this, she was stretching me like fucking mad. And that was the point that Leo decided he should come out his room. And he was like, what's going on? When you's finished. I could not stop laughing, and it's the little things I always say that just put a smile on your face, basic things that just make us laugh. So the moral of the story is today that one, your mental health always matters, and sometimes you just have to take a wee pause, take a wee breather, and understand what's going to be good for you within that time, within that day. Two, it is okay to not be okay, and it is okay to cry. It is okay to feel the way that we feel sometimes. It's okay to stress about things. Like, that is genuinely all a part of life, is the thoughts and feelings that we have sometimes. And what was my other one? What was the first thing I said? 3, it's okay if you don't manage to do everything. Like, we can't do it all. We're not robots. Sometimes we just have to be proud of the things that we do well. So hopefully that will start you off on a nice mental health Monday. I am going to make Leo food because that's what he wants, and then we're going to get cracking into work mode. But happy Monday, guys. Hopefully we're all good, and send you all love.